So our hero starts the day by casually destroying old metal parts with a sledgehammer. Because who needs therapy when you have a giant hammer and endless junk? After his workout, he carefully picks up the shattered remains of his victims. Then the boys team up to carry what looks like a bucket of pure iron doom. Next up, a lovely barrel of mysterious black slime gets poured out. Our guy bravely scales a sketchy ladder to feed the hungry metal beast. Nothing says quality like a giant glug of thick, sticky engine gravy. Time to toss those sad metal chunks straight into the blazing inferno. He gently pokes the crusty furnace like a sleeping dragon's nose. And what's a workshop without a casual, raging open fire going on? The furnace is finally awake and breathing fire like a spicy taco. A little twist here, and suddenly we have a legit rocket engine. Yep, that core is officially glowing hotter than the sun itself. Look at this shiny rock, the secret ingredient for our truck drums. The fiery barrel of doom just keeps spinning and cooking our metal soup. He casually pulls out a glowing, angry lava stick from the oven, just giving the lava a friendly stir so it doesn't get lonely. Then they all join forces to heave the heavy fiery beast around. Meanwhile, this guy is playing in a massive sandbox of black soot. He's sifting the soot like he's panning for gold, but it's just dirt. Once it's nice and fine, he scoops up his precious black powder. The magic sand goes right into the giant mechanical baking bowl. Add a splash of that secret dark sauce to make the sand nice and sticky. The machine churns it all up into a beautiful, forbidden chocolate cake mix. The freshly baked dirt dough is finally ready to become a mold. He starts packing the dirt around this metal ring like building a sandcastle, just patting it down nice and smooth, pure artisan mud craftsmanship. They carefully lift the heavy metal box to reveal the perfect dirt shape. Now he's icing the mud cake with some questionable dark frosting. Gotta make sure every inch is perfectly slick for the molten lava later. A little sprinkle of magic fairy dust to keep things from sticking together. Back to the sandcastle business, packing dirt into a square frame this time. More dirt, more packing. This guy's cardio is just pure shoveling. He beats the dirt down with a metal pole because it owes him money. Look at that perfectly level dirt surface, incredibly satisfying to watch. Just when you thought he was done, he scoops more dirt back out. He gently massages the dirt pile to make sure it feels truly loved. Then he just straight up steps on it with his bare feet for maximum pressure, scraping it flat like a master baker leveling a huge chocolate brownie. Time to aggressively poke a hole right through his beautiful dirt masterpiece, drawing a neat little line because every masterpiece needs a signature. More of that anti-stick fairy dust goes right into the newly made hole. They carefully lower the dirt block right over the round mold base, trimming the edges so the molten metal won't leak everywhere and ruin the vibe, giving the inside a good wipe down to ensure absolute perfection. He polishes the inner ring so the brake drum comes out super smooth. Pulling out the center pipe reveals a perfect tunnel of nothingness. Pop goes the pipe, and the mold is starting to look like something real. More barefoot dirt stomping, the classic technique of ancient metalworkers. He smooths out the inner dirt pile with total focus and dedication, packing even more dirt around the pipe because you can never have enough. He's literally doing a little dance on top of this dirt pile now. Another perfectly flat surface achieved. This guy is a dirt leveling artist. Out comes the pipe again, leaving a perfectly round hole behind. He stabs tiny holes into the top to let the angry metal gases escape. The whole crew lifts the top piece to prepare for the final assembly. A little more detailed carving, because precision is key in the mud business. He taps it gently with a hammer to make sure it's firmly locked in, securing the masterpiece with some hefty metal bolts to keep it safe. Slowly and carefully fitting the core so it doesn't crumble instantly. Brushing on some secret sauce to make sure the inside is perfectly smooth. Now he's spray painting the dirt mold like he's detailing a custom car. Gotta spray the inside too, leaving no spot untouched by the magic fluid. He literally sets the molds on fire to bake them hard and crispy. The flames bake the dirt until it becomes a rock-solid shell for the metal. They carefully stack the baked molds together like a dangerous puzzle. Another heavy block goes on top to lock everything down tight. Meanwhile, the fiery barrel of doom is finally ready to spill its guts. He gives the molten soup one last stir to ensure it's extra spicy. They bring in the giant metal bucket to catch the forbidden glowing juice. And there it is, pure liquid fire pouring out like an angry volcano. The boys nervously carry the bucket of liquid death across the yard. They carefully pour the liquid fire straight into the waiting dirt molds. The molds immediately spit out flames, totally accepting the spicy offering. Even the heavy weights on top get a little splash of glowing hot sauce. Once it's cooled down a bit, they take the heavy locks off the top. A quick splash of water to cool things down, creating a dramatic steam cloud. They pry open the baked dirt box to reveal what's hiding inside. And out comes a smoking hot, brand new metal brake drum, straight from the oven. They absolutely smash the dirt mold to free the beautiful metal baby, just recklessly breaking apart hours of careful dirt packing work in seconds. The raw, unpolished drum sits there, still smoking and looking tough. He whacks it with an iron bar to knock off the extra crusty bits. The glowing red drum slowly cools down, turning back into solid gray metal. Now they just look like a bunch of regular, boring truck parts sitting there. Looking inside, it's rough and crusty, completely unready for the open road. He scrapes the inside to knock out all the leftover sand and debris. He flips the heavy beast over, getting ready for the real machining work. They load the raw drum onto a massive spinning machine of precision, locking it down tight so it doesn't fly off and take someone's head off. He watches the spin carefully, probably praying the bolts hold it together. The cutting tool slowly creeps up to start shaving the rough metal. And the shaving begins, turning the ugly edge into a shiny silver ring. He cranks the wheel to make the cut deeper and more aggressively precise. Now the tool moves inside, carving out a perfectly smooth interior wall. He stops to admire the shiny new surface, looking fresh and clean. Back to spinning, shaving off the outer lip until it's completely flawless. The machine dives deep inside again, carving the core to exact specifications. The inner hub gets polished down, making it perfectly round and shiny. He carves out the center hole where the axle will eventually live. Time to measure the hole with a caliper, because guessing is a bad idea. Just a few more passes to get that interior completely smooth and ready. Next stop, the giant red drill press to make some necessary holes. He carefully lines up the massive drill bit with total concentration. The drill bites into the solid metal like it's made of warm butter. Hole after hole gets bored out, creating the perfect mounting pattern. Metal shavings fly everywhere as the drill completely pierces the thick drum. He pulls off the guide plate, revealing a perfect circle of freshly drilled holes. Now for the fun part, mixing up some gray paint for the final glow up. He sprays the raw metal, turning it into a sleek, professional-looking part. Every drum gets a nice, thick coat of paint to prevent it from rusting. The outside gets painted too, because looks absolutely matter in the truck world. Boom, the finished drum proudly rocks a bright yellow logo, ready for action. Finally, the shiny new drums get loaded up and shipped off to work.